All right, what up? What up? This is the PR Project, episode number 132. I'm Tommie Runz. We got Aaron Worldwide over here, and we got Gary is a runner. It's been a little bit, so I'll catch you guys up. PR Project is a show where we talk about running, we talk about shoes, we talk about training. We have Run Culture Court that has been slapping lately, and we just talk about all the things. So if you are new to this episode or this podcast, you will hear a conversation that would be similar to what it would be like if the three of us went on a long run.
For sure.
And actually, before we get into this thing, I got a compliment in my last race of the podcast.
That's crazy.
Dude was like, "Hey, you got PR Project, right?" I was like, "Yeah." You know, I'm running down the trail or whatever. And dude, he's like, "Man, it's just so refreshing. Like, I don't really like getting into like running podcasts like that, but it feels like a running podcast, but it feels like I'm listening to y'all while y'all running, but it also feels like really funny, and it's just like different and refreshing, and it's just like a normal chill thing to listen to." I was like, "Bro, that's what we've been trying to do this
Was
whole
that a
time."
regular person or was that a hallucination? Like, was that a real person? Or was that just your mind? Like,
It was Tommie 2.0.
That might have been a bot, bro. That might have been a bot.
It might have been. No, that's what's up.
That was like
imagine
trail
if,
AI.
Imagine if you was on like mile 10 of your 100,
Yep.
and somebody was like, "PR Project, right?" And
Y'all
you like,
trash.
yeah. Don't quit your day job,
Yeah,
bro.
dog, yeah.
I'll be thinking of that like for the rest of the race. Like, bro, do we suck? Like, are we terrible?
Like, what
That's
can
the
we do?
whole
What
thing.
could we do differently? No, but it was really cool to catch an actual compliment live in a setting that was just so far from like what I thought people would listen to the PR Project. So
It would also be cool if that person were to like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review as well.
also, yeah, if you're listening to this at this point still and you realize like, dang, I have not hit the subscribed button or whatever, hit that. Go to Instagram as well because you're slacking. Follow us on Instagram. You know, forget it. Follow all three of us and the show. That's the vibe.
Please do.
Subscribe.
Please and thank you.
That's the vibe. Subscribe. All right, what we doing
right.
today, guys? We a lot of things have happened since the last time we talked.
Not really.
A couple things have happened since
Not
last.
really.
A few things have happened.
One thing really
All right,
happened.
All right, okay, let's talk about
One. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Gary.
Aaron
That's
ran his
crazy.
first mile race this week.
The elephant.
Can I say that last weekend? No, man. Western States. I don't think you've done any media since. Well,
I've done a couple podcasts,
look, you
but
cheating on us. That's
I
crazy.
know.
That's crazy,
we-
bro. Cheating on us.
I mean, this is the first sit down, like in person camera vibe. That's different.
You were supposed
That's
to walk
different
in and sit down like Netflix. Like, is this my camera?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we should do. Yeah, Western States 100 on the 27th of June. It's a 100-mile race. I kept saying like it's the oldest in the country. It's the oldest 100-mile trail race in the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crazy. So
Yeah.
before you get into it, I think me and Gary both would like to share congratulations for the finish. That's crazy. Like 100 miles, and it's not just like 100. Like, you've done 100 miles before, but this is like serious. Like, and there's a lot of people that really, really would love to run that race. So the fact that you got to complete it and go out there and do all the things, that was really cool to see. So congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
yeah, we had a good time tracking you. I was telling everybody who came to the house because I had family over for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, by the way, Tommie's at mile like 36.
Were they
know.
just like, what
Yeah, they're pretty much, they're like,
what?
for what?
36 or what?
I go, he's running Western State. And they're like, what?
State, dog. You the state, bro.
But no, like, we were all following you at home because, like I said, I had family in town. So my nieces were all asking about you
Yeah.
as well. So it was kind of fun to be able to share that with other folks who don't normally follow running at all. But
Yeah.
like, that's something that piques people's interest
Yeah.
right there.
The coolest thing about tracking somebody in a 100-mile race is that you could forget about it. And they'd be like, oh, Tommie's still running. Let me go see where he at.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
2
I've done all my
8
errands for
hours
the
later.
day, and he's still running.
You go to work and be
Yes.
like, oh,
facts.
yeah.
You could go to work twice.
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes. You could went to work twice. But like, that's the thing. Like, why I mean, I shared the link for people to follow, but then there's like in the marathon, sometimes you think about people following you, you know. But there was like no point just being out there, just thinking any further than where I was. Like, I couldn't even imagine somebody, because a lot of people were saying afterwards, like, oh, I watched the live stream, and because the live stream would be in aid stations,
Right.
you know, like, so people would catch me going through the aid station, and I like never like processed like that thought. Like, I've watched it before, but I never thought that people were actually trying to like follow along with this long ass journey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a vibe.
So yeah, man, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Mile by mile. Let's go.
Let's act like mile one. But yes, how you want me to break this down?
Let's just break down I'd say the highlights and the lowlights. Like, kind of in chronological order. So
Yeah, maybe
like,
go through the aid stations. Like, I have this aid station. This is what I was feeling
Okay.
here.
All right. Yeah, I think I could break it down like in like there's a few different parts of the race. So let's start from the beginning of the race. Like the beginning was super cool. First off, big shout out to Hoka. Hoka provided the bib and a bunch of support to make sure that like me and a few other people that got their very few, like brand or sponsorship bibs, they made sure that we were all like super taken care of. So like big shout out to them because I wouldn't have this opportunity without them. And then second big shout out is to Precision Fueling and Hydration, bro. Like they not only did they help me fuel and practice my fueling strategy and provide like the product from like January until now, but they, obviously I went out to England that time to do some heat training and learn a little bit more about like what I lose, while I run, like sweat wise and fuel. But then they gave me like 3 people on our crew. Like so the guy Johnny Ty, he's the CEO of the company. He normally crews for Dan Jones or other people that are on their like elite squad, and he was on our squad. So they came to the Airbnb the day before with like they're like, okay, where are your bottles and everything, and they literally sat there with me, talked through everything. They filled the bottles. They put the name of the aid station on the bag, ziplocked the bag. Everything was just done. Like I touched nothing other than I'd come into an aid station. Each part where my crew was, they knew exactly what to give me based on the, how long it would be till the next time I saw them. They were just like sticking gels here and there or whatever, and they like, all right, go. And all it was my job was to like run and drink and eat, and take the fuel.
So like a
real pit stop.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, like everything was set. Like it was no like, what do you need? Or like, what do you want, this gel, that gel? It was like, here's what you're taking, and we're tracking it. Try to have it done. You know?
I can imagine that takes a large like mental load off of you as well.
Like no thought, bro.
Yeah.
Like I mean, literally no thought. Like and even like for like my other crew members, like they don't have to go. A lot of it was before it was about feel, like trying to figure out like you want a caffeine gel now or whatever. Like no questions. It was just do this, and you didn't finish because I kept all the. If I took a gel, I put it back in like in a different pocket, so like they knew what I took or didn't take.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because you just said make sure they wanted you to eat
get
and
rid
drink
of
everything
during the time that I was gone. Like so, sometimes like I would be at an aid station that's I'd pass aid stations along the way that were just uncrewed. Like so, your crew couldn't go to like no crews could go to those aid stations. So you could not see them and not see them again for another 15, 20 miles, which could be like 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on like where you are on the course. But big shout out to Precision. So like, let's start with that.
Real quick. Sorry, going back. So you would get you get like X amount of gels and X amount of water. So and they want you to finish it up by your next aid station.
Yeah.
Was that tough?
Yeah, so I'll talk about that part.
Okay.
Because that's part of like how the day unfolded. So like the day started off really cool. Went to the Precision like house, got like weighed and stuff like that because I want to weigh you before to see how much. Because I want to just see how much like fluid you lost and
They
all
use
that
the
stuff.
kitchen scale.
Yeah.
They put you on the
They
little
put
kitchen
me on the
scale 'cause
counter.
you only like 20 pounds. They're like,
Put me on the counter. But it was really cool though because I went there and I'm thinking it was like legit like all the Precision athletes, and they had I think 12 of them total, 12 of us total, and the other 11 or 10 were elites, like hoping to win that day type vibe. So I'm sitting in there waiting on my turn or whatever, and there's people coming in that done won the race. Like it was kind of wild. It was wild, but started off the day like that. I wasn't nervous night before, morning of. Like I didn't get nervous. Like I was never nervous, which was actually kind of strange for me. Like normally I would get a little worked up, but I just felt like it was such a crazy journey. Like you just gotta just go try to figure it out. So we get to the start line, and it's dark, because it's like 5 a.m. Out there in California, and we start. And as soon as you start, you just start climbing immediately because the first 3 or 4 miles is 2,500 feet of elevation gain. So you are literally just going up this like service road up to the top of this mountain. It's called the escarpment. So it's like that part when you like the tram for skiing goes up there. And so you just climbing the whole way through. And one thing about trail that I've realized is really cool is like halfway up the mile into it, I look over and I see like Rachel Entricken like just on the side cheering. And then like Sally McRae's on the other side. And then like somebody else was up a little farther. Like you don't see random like goats of the sport just like standing around on the side of like Boston.
Thanks for cheering, Kipchoge.
Right. Like, yeah, you don't see Kipchoge at mile 5 like, good job, guys. You know what I'm saying? So it was just cool. Like there were so many pros throughout the day. There were just people out there that if they weren't there, they just wanted to be in that area and they wanted to cheer. So that was vibes. So the one of the highlight in the beginning was like the escarpment, because normally there's a ton of people up there because they just go up the tram. The wind advisory was 50 to 70 mile an hour gusts. So they shut the tram down because it has to be like under 40 mile an hour gusts. So there's everybody that was up there hiked. They started hiking at 3 a.m. or whatever, 3:30 to make sure they could get up there to the top of this thing in time, just to cheer, and take pictures and stuff. So the sun rises while we're like going up this thing. You finally get to the top. It's like a tunnel of people cheering, people like screaming and high-fiving and stuff like that. So that was like this epic moment. And then you just go over this thing and then you're just like down into the, into the forest pretty much.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, all downhill from there because that's the highest peak of the thing. You're at 9,000 and some odd feet.
Did you feel it? Did you feel the...
I don't think I did because I was there for 5 days or 6 days at 6,000 feet.
Okay.
So it was like...
What's an extra 3,000?
What's an extra 3,000? And you're only up there for like, you're that high for a very, very short period of time. Right. But you do come down to about 7 maybe and stay there for a while. So that probably plays a role. But I didn't feel it from a breathing standpoint. So that was definitely a highlight. And then I'll go high, low, because... So like right around like 15 miles or so, like I started to feel like a little nauseous. Like I wasn't like it wasn't tough, but I was just like, I need to be careful. Sometimes you just got to slow down your running and maybe slow down the intake of fuel and then you'll get better. But it just kind of like persisted for forever, And so like I started dialing back some of the fuel, dialing back some of the drinks. So I would come back to drop off my stuff and I can't really get that one down. I've tried or whatever, but I was just trying my best, but I wasn't ready to like throw up or anything like that. It was just, I just didn't want to. So I go through this day knowing that like my goal when I started this race was 22 hours. Mm-hmm. And that was, I feel like a pretty lofty goal for like a flatlander, flatlanders like us. So, like, I knew that was going to be tough. But we got to a certain spot where I think I got to, like, mile 40-ish or something like that. And they were, like, timing me. They're like, hey, you're 15 minutes ahead of your goal. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, bet. And I felt like crap. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, I thought you was going to say I'm 50 minutes behind, because you can't tell, And so I'm just going through this day, like, kind of just trying to stay moving forward because I just didn't feel great, but I was moving well, And some of these climbs that like between mile 1 to 32, I hadn't seen any of this before. I went to training camp and we started at mile 32. We did the last 70 something miles of the course. And so the first whole part of that was beautiful because it's like high country. You see like the views are just insane. Like you can see forever. And
I can see my house from here.
Oh, I thought he was
like,
say,
Gary?
I thought you were about to say, you guys will see it one day. I'm like, I doubt it.
I mean, maybe. But like, it was just beautiful. So like, I was trying to look around a lot, but then like just the way trail is, you can't really get too caught up in the vibes unless you like stand still and look, take a picture or something like that. So I got a couple of videos here and there, but it's like some of the climbs just like kind of punched me in the face a bit. Because I was expecting to, like, I knew it was going to be difficult and all that stuff, but my goal was to get to mile 62, where Forest Hill aid station, and that's where I can pick up my first pacer.
Did you meet Jay Coder?
He was there.
That's crazy.
On the roof.
That's crazy.
Crazy, right? You're like, so, like, no, but so, like, I was trying to get there, and I thought, like, okay, by the time I get there, I'll feel crappy because it's still 62 miles, but I'll pick up my pacer, pick up Dante, and I know... And it's literally downhill from there. Like it gets flat. It's not flat, but like the terrain gets easier. So I'm like, I'm just ready to coast.
All right.
So
was this before or after you had to go through the water with the rope?
So the water's at 78.
Oh, okay.
So the first 0 to 62 miles was just like kind of like an up and down like roller coaster, just trying to like stay moving forward, talk to people. But a lot of that time, like it's kind of like how in the marathon, if you're a certain speed, you're either like with a really strong pack or you're just like in no man's land. Mm-hmm. And at that speed that I was running, I found myself by myself so many times, like in that first, like from 20 to like 60, I could be by myself for like an hour.
Yeah.
Just straight. And you could be maybe 200 yards, behind somebody, but you won't never see him because there's not many straight shots and it's all trees. So I would just be kind of just going through it, just trying to keep moving, trying to stay walking or speed walking or running whenever I could, and trying to conserve as much as I could because I wasn't feeling great anyway. Because the farther the race went to 62, the less I was able to like eat and drink,
Sorry, what's the purpose? What's the goal? Why is it from 0 to 62 you can't have a pacer?
That's just the rule for that race. Like you pick up your pacer. That's the first time you can pick up a pacer.
That's just their rule, though. It's not
Yeah,
like
for
a
that
typical
race.
100.
So I don't know what the rules are for others, but like there is normally like a certain amount of time that you have to do it by yourself, or certain parts of some races where you just can't have a pacer during this segment for whatever reason.
Okay.
Like for Rachel won Cocodona. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So there's a section of that course later in the race where you just can't have a pacer for 2 miles because it goes into some like spotted owl territory.
Yeah, and I get that. Like especially at the beginning, the way you're talking
Yeah.
about it, having pacers at the
Yeah.
beginning is probably just safety.
Yeah, safety, and then just like I think that they want. I mean, they want some type of,
Gotta do it.
you gotta do some of this.
You running the race.
You gotta do some of this. Yeah,
You gotta do some of
but
the heavy
62 is a
lifting.
long time. Like if you, it's a long time. A lot can happen at 62. People drop out before 62. So all that to say, so I did all this stuff, got to 62. And that was a huge highlight because I had been looking forward to this moment, and I didn't feel great, but I'm like, I'll be able to sit down, I'll pick up a pacer, life's gonna go, we doing good because my body was fine, like my legs were good, I had no issues, no pain, I didn't feel weak at all, whatever. So I eat, this is the first time I had like normal food because I was trying to eat like little potatoes here and there, like, they had the snacks and stuff, and I would chew a little bit and just spit it out because I'm like, no, this ain't it, So I was just able to take fuel, like precision gel, like that's the only thing I could keep down, and I just had to take that slow. And so I get to Forest Hill, sitting there, I'm like, we bring a quesadilla. I'm like, oh snap, a vegan quesadilla. I'm eating a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to feel good. I'm talking junk a little bit. Change my shoes because I now put on some carbon plates, some Trail Carbon boys, and we get up in Forest Hill is like this legendary like street where that's like where it's like a super vibe. Even when I came through, I missed I watched the videos and it was a madhouse. Like when the first 100 people come through or whatever, or 50 for sure, when they're like those people are really gunning for the win, it's like insane amount of people there cheering. Like it's a tunnel of people, right? So I got there. It was a little less than that, but so we start running or whatever, and I'm looking down the road like as I'm coming because it's a straight shot down this road for a bit. I'm looking, I see like a black skin looks good on trail shirt. I'm like, who's wearing the shirt? And I see it's my mom. So my mom just like,
that was the video. That was the video.
Down,
I think that was the video like that. I just like, yeah, this is the one right here.
Yeah. I broke down though because I was like, because I just didn't. Because the thing was, I was going to Savannah on Monday morning because my grandma's 95th birthday was on Monday after the race. So like in no world did I think like she would be there because you got to do that.
Miss Kathleen a frequent flyer. Don't disrespect the goat.
I know, yeah, I
Don't
can't
disrespect the goat.
So I was like, I seen her, broke down for a second, gave her a hug, and in my pacer that I needed to be there from 62 to 78. Dante, she like, all right, y'all two, come on, we gotta keep it pushing because we were at that point when I got to Forest Hill, I was 30 minutes ahead of my goal. So I'm like, even though I felt terrible, like inside, like legs were fine, but so that means I was moving well. So like, all right, let's get this thing rolling. We step out, so we get off the road, get into the trail, maybe mile 62, mile 63. I'm yakking like crazy, bro. Everything gone, right? But I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe that's what I needed because I've been nauseous all day. We finally let it go. So we get to the next aid station. I take a couple gels in that 5-6 miles or whatever it is. Take a couple gels. I think I had like a drink or a Coca-Cola or something. We step maybe a potato. We get outside maybe 100 yards out of that aid station. Everything gone again. And I'm like, oh, this ain't good. So then we moving again. I think we see the crew one more time. Or we probably don't even see the crew because it's uncrewed all the way through. So and this is all the part where I'm supposed to be just moving.
Yeah.
But I started getting weak because there just had been so many hours of just like lack of carbs.
And then you let go a lot of them too.
Just gone. Then you really pulling on nothing. And then I'm scared to eat because like whatever. So then we get to this another aid station and yak again. And it's just like, this is 3 times in maybe 10 miles, and then I'm starting to get like, I started getting real, like I started feeling shaky.
Yeah.
As I'm running, I was kind of like closing my eyes a little bit. You know, she in front of me, like she moving, we good. I'm running better than I'm walking.
Yeah.
Just because I could like scare, it kind of kept me more alert. But every time we walk, I would just be like, I would
So
just
did
put
you
my
feel
hands on
like
my
some
knees.
sleep deprivation started kicking in too?
I
or-
think it was just energy.
Yeah.
I just had nothing. I just had no
Bro had
nothing.
no HP
yeah,
left.
just no. Yeah, there's nothing to burn. You know,
Yeah.
it was just like I'm just out here, and so you know we take our time or whatever. At some of the aid station, I'm like, I just have to sit for a second. Like I can't, you know, whatever. So, but we get moving again. They would try to help. But one thing for sure about I gotta mention too about all these aid station people. So like their goal is to like they have like two goals that they manage really well in ultras. Is like to make sure you're fine, you know, and make sure you're good and safe because that's like it's a dangerous thing. It can be a dangerous thing to do. But they also is like to keep you moving,
Yeah.
you know, because a guy that I saw way back, like at mile 30 something, going through it, like he was sitting on the side of a trail, like with his like legs just dangling off the trail because it was like on a little edge. He was just sitting there, and I'm like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, you know, just having a tough day." And I'm thinking I think he was gonna quit because the way you don't sit down on the trail, you know, like he's just pondering life. I'm like, "Oh, bro," he passed me at like mile 90, like 3 or 4, looking good, like just good job, bro. And he went by, and I'm like, oh, is this payback for training camp? Because I dropped him in training camp on the last day.
Yeah.
It was definitely payback.
He tucked
So-
it in his pocket. He said, nah, I
Yeah,
got
so-
something for you. Don't worry.
But he said he was about to quit. But he said if it wasn't for the aid station people, they kept me going and they got me taken care of, and I got my my 4th win back or whatever. So
Yeah.
big shout out to the aides because they really trying to make sure you're fine, but they don't want you to quit.
Yeah.
They don't want you to get caught by the cutoff times and all that because each aid station as you go has a cutoff time. So if you don't make it to blah 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 by this time, unfortunately you out.
Your day is
you know?
over.
And if they know you getting close, say if you made it to this one, but you really only made about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, they're like, you need to keep moving because this distance you got to climb this climb next. You got to get out of
The
here.
Reaper is coming.
Yeah, it's for real. So like they saved the day. Like they really was like very helpful in trying to make sure that we were good or I was good. And so I get to this last aid station before the river crossing. That's like maybe 5 miles left. And this is at the end of my rope. Like I had nothing, bro. Like we sat there for a second. We went out into the trail and I stopped. I was like, we gotta go back. Like she's like, what? I'm like, no, we gotta go back. Like I can't do this right now. Like I just turned around and walked back and sat down and like laid down on the stretcher because I'm just like I can't. She just was like she was trying to be patient or whatever, but they gave me some other stuff. And then this one lady gave me like papaya enzymes or whatever to try to like manage my stomach and all this other stuff. But like they tried their best. But then finally I got out of there. And like she basically Dante dragged me out of there pretty much. Like we got to try to get out of here, and spent time like 30.
Sorry, I've seen those names not make it a horror film. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, no, that's basically what it felt like. Stop yelling at me. I'm trying. But we finally like got out of there and like just I'm not really describing the course really well, but it's just so much like climbing, descending. I fell twice, like hard, like
Did you
both
think of me?
No, bro.
You should have.
I fell downhill too.
Oh, so I mean that just helped you like move faster.
That's the scariest thing, bro. Like, cause like falling uphill, like I've tripped uphill before, and it's just like a real
Yeah, you
quick
don't
like
go
check.
nowhere.
You just, but like I'm running at the
You will
time.
roll.
I
You
so
fall
so
downhill
what
go
happened?
fast enough. You will.
No, so I
Turn into Sonic.
I tripped and like started stumbling. I knew it was happening, and then so I braced with both hands, hit my hands hard, and I realized I was going too fast for that. So I just like tucked and like slid on my back down for the thing a little, and the dude was like, "Are you okay?" It hurt everywhere, bro. Like immediately hurt everywhere. This was like early in the day, so I mean it was like early. It was like 30 something miles in.
That's when you just yell out parkour or just keep going.
Yeah, right. No, I wish I could keep going. I got up. I tried to jump up quick because he like pulled me up or whatever. And then he like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, all right. And then he started moving. And I'm like, I can't. Because it was just like everything just was painful, bro. Like I got scars everywhere. But so we get out of that last aid station. We headed down towards the water. And I'm like excited to see the crew again. Because every time like you get to see your crew, it's like a new like surge of you can offload your frustrations or get new fuel or at least like say like I don't know what's happening. So I'm looking at Johnny and he's like I'm sitting in a chair like I don't know, bro, because you still got 22 miles left at this point. You got to cross the cold water in the middle of the night. That's like the water's cold. It's coming off the mountain. I mean, so like it's
Purify your body.
yeah, I need it. Yeah, maybe I need maybe. So I'm looking at him. I'm like, I can't. I don't. I said sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. And he's like, no, you have no reason to be sorry. You're toughing this out. You got it. You can figure it out.
He should have hit you with the Ike Turner.
What he said
I
is
know
that-
you're sorry, but you can apologize.
For somebody, we need to take your phone from me. There's no reason why you got this much random shit on deck. Bro, it's TikTok moving. But no, so I just told him like I can't. He's like, no, you got it. Just take one step at a time, 1 mile, whatever. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like walking towards the water, and it's like it's a river, you know, like it at certain points of it goes down, you get up to your chest in this water. And there's a rope, there's people out there with life vests on, and they're guiding you to step on the rocks, like which ones, like this one's taller, this one you're gonna go down lower. And they had glow sticks stuck in between the rocks, so you could see the water's super clear, so you can see every step, you can see exactly where you're going. So it wasn't like dangerous, you know, like you have a lot of control. But you just hold onto the rope, don't let go, because if you do, you will be going that way. And so like I go through this water. I'm trying to like not look crazy, because I know Adam and Austin got their cameras going on the other side, and I don't like cold water.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that cold. It wasn't crazy, but it did feel like somewhat refreshing though.
Yeah.
And there's this one old guy in front of me. Sorry, no shade on the age, but he just kept talking, and he was like, "What? Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do." And I'm like, "Bro, go, please. Like, let's get out of here, right?" And then the bad part is you got to go after that. You got to climb a mile, 1.8 miles uphill, 2,000 feet of elevation in 1.8 miles. Out of that with wet, unless you have a dry bag and you get to change your clothes.
Right. But
mine was up at the thing waiting with Earn. So I get up this thing, and somewhere between like that point and that aid station, I kind of like started to like get it back. Like I didn't feel as nauseous, and
maybe
like,
the water really
yeah,
purified
maybe.
you.
Yeah. So I looked at Earn. So I'm sitting there, I'm changing shoes, and I'm looking at the time, like I could still break 24 hours. Like, you know, with this much time, if I'm doing the math right, like I could do as slow as I can do 4.5 miles per hour, which is, 12 to 14 minutes, whatever, right? I think I could do this. What you talking about?
I'm just doing math.
I'm just
At that point,
I had done so many.
I would have been a 4-year-old. Like,
Yeah,
mentally
trust
at
me.
that point,
I had a lot of time. A lot of time to figure out
Sure,
this math
that's
problem,
true.
bro. So I'm like, I think that was up the hike. As I was feeling better, I'm like, okay, I think I can make this happen.
Yeah.
But I got to be running, and my legs felt fine. Like it was just about, can I get fuel in to get more energy back? So we get out of this. I get to the aid station. I look at Earn. I'm like, bro, don't let me be a B. Let's go, right? Like, don't let me like back off. And he like, all right. So we get out, we turn the headlights on because it's pitch black, because it was like 2 a.m. or whatever.
I could tell you, your brain wasn't in the right place.
Wow.
Because you put trust in Earn.
I know. One question he had at the end was, he was like, how many times did Earn get you lost? Bro, Earn was a trooper out there, bro. Earn was a trooper. And the course is some of these courses, some of them are probably a little scary, but I don't know. But like Western States did such a great job. Like there was not any point where if they said, if you go a quarter mile and you don't see a flag, a pink flag or whatever color it was, you're not on the right course.
Yeah.
So don't even waste your time. If you haven't seen one in a while, just go back.
Yeah.
But we got out of there, and he followed them trail signs like he'd been on a trail before, bro. He was just moving around. Every time it was like too much of a climb, he was just like, we walking. And so we would be power walking, and he's downhill we going, And then eventually somewhere in there, this was actually like it was a disappointing moment, but it was like a high moment as well, because I'm like, we had maybe like 12 miles left or 10 miles left, and I realized that we had 2 big climbs left that would take away all that math that I just did. Mm-hmm. Like there's no way, because I can't run them because they're just too technical, too many rocks for me, and I'm like, we can't do it. Like I'm not gonna break 24. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, we could do it. He's like, he started saying something that didn't make no sense. Like, I'm like, bro, I've been out here all day. Trust me, we can't do this. He's like, all right, cool. And as soon as I said I couldn't do it, he was like, man, you fought so hard today. Like I watched you all day today. What you're doing is crazy. Let's just have some fun and whatever. I'm like, you're right. Mm-hmm. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy this. And I just let all the whole, like the pride that I would have normally been upset with myself and all that stuff. I just let that go and just had some fun. And we was laughing, talking, running, but pushing. But when we couldn't, we just chilled and like laughed and talked. So by the time I got to the last aid station of the day to pick up Adam, we was like talking, joking, like, having a good time, and it was just, that was a blessing because like after all of that, you would think that you would get there and just be so like disappointed. But I had fought in my, like, I wanted to quit like so many times, hours and hours ago, so for me to be there, to have that realization and be okay with it because I was proud that I was like still right there. It was like that, you don't get that much. I don't, so shout out to like, Erm for being there for that moment too, to just be like, yo, bro, you should be super proud of like what you're doing. Let's just finish this thing, and so we going through till we get towards the end, and the sun rises again, which is kind of like, it pissed me off a little bit because in my mind I want to be finished by 3 a.m. but we approaching like 5, 6 a.m. But it was beautiful though, like to have 2 sunrises in the same race. It just was like more epic than I could have ever imagined. And me and Adam talking junk, laughing, talking about like what the industry needs to do next when it comes to trail and all this other stuff. We come towards the end of the race, and I had asked for people, if you out here and you know me, come run this last mile with me because that's allowed, right? Yeah. And so I pick up the crew. Dante's there, everybody, all my whole crew's there, and then the precision people are a little farther down the road. I get a little farther down the road, another dude that I met at training camp pops out, and then Thomas and a couple people from Believe in the Run pop out, and we got this whole little squad running through the streets, laughing, talking. And then we get to the track because during training camp I never step foot on the track because it ends on a 300-meter like loop. You come in on the one side and end in the middle, almost on the other side.
Should have set a 300-meter PR, bro.
Should have just went for it, bro. Should have like just went crazy. I would have finished in the same time. And then so we round in the corner, and my mama, saw her there, so she pops out. She right at the 100, maybe like 80 meters left, and she's like cheering or whatever. I'm like, come on, like, so she hop on the track with me. She running, trying to like keep up, and cross the finish line like with a smile on my face, making a joke, asking like where's the tape? Like I wanted to break the tape. He was like, man, somebody took it. I'm like, that's messed up. But we had a good time. It was a bunch of just highs, lows, like just random. Even some of the lowest moments were, in hindsight, like a good. It's a moment where you felt supported and loved and all that stuff. So it was just an amazing. It was a race that I can't really describe like how I feel about it still, but I guess beautiful would probably be, like if I had to put one word on it, it'd just be a beautiful race.
If you could recap what got you through when you felt like quitting in a clippable 60-second, could you do that?
Clippable, like what say it again?
Like what really got you through, like when you really felt like quitting, what kept you going and kept you out there and like didn't allow you to sink all the way into just like giving up?
I think what kept me going, like there's a few things like at my lowest moments in that race was knowing that like I've been super low in different parts of my life, and there was no like hope of ending in sight, and this is just a race, and I trained for this, and this is what I chose to do. So if I'm a sufferer, I'd rather suffer like by my own hand, so that's like kind of like why I just keep moving forward. But then support in general, like because you got your people out there, you got the pacer that's with you, and they've given everything in their life at that moment to be sitting there, be running there with you. So big shout out to like the support system and the people that were just like dedicated their weekend to being in the mountains with no signal on their phone.
Yeah, I would have just kept telling myself like this is totally optional.
Yeah, it's
like
it's super. I mean,
that's what I tell myself in races when things get bad. I'm like, bro, this is optional. Yeah. Like this isn't required. Like you don't have to do this, but you chose it.
Yeah, like that's the vibe. Like you chose to do this, and that means you have power over like the decision to end it too. Yeah. And if you chose to do this, you might as well try your best to finish. I mean, I was trying my best, but
Yeah. And you did. You finished. You made it work.
Yeah, and people like we all have our own time. Like we do the marathon thing, and it's like you be mad about that like 5-10 minutes that you added on because you ran into a wall or whatever. Yeah. But then you look somebody else like, bro, that's a crazy time, And 24:55 is the time that 54:55 is the time that I finished in, and people are like, yo, that is crazy because that course is absolutely insane. It's 17,000+ feet of elevation gained throughout the race. and 23 or 22,000 feet of descent. So your legs is different at the end of that.
Do you feel like your body has that was what 3 weeks ago
Almost
now?
3, I think 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Do you feel the effects on your
is
other
3
than
weeks or 2
the
weeks?
poison oak and stuff? Do you feel the effects on your body at all anymore?
I do feel like I don't feel the same yet. Like when I run, I feel it feels kind of foreign because like it's just I hadn't run in so long and my legs were definitely needing to recover. But I feel like I could be back in like a week or two.
That's fine.
I think you need to rip a really good speed workout.
And just
And just
let the legs fall
yeah.
off,
Just clear everything out.
yeah. It's kind of like a
like lactic buildup.
yeah, and just let it like a cleanse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm gonna ask the coach.
Yeah, please ask her first before you tell me to do some dumb stuff like that. But
All right, one last Western States question.
yeah,
Have you figured out a fit that you're gonna put on with the belt buckle?
bro, I haven't even. I gotta figure out what color belt I'm gonna do first. It's
Okay.
It's a goldish buckle. I feel like I gotta go brown.
You gotta go. It sounds like you gotta go
I
brown.
gotta go brown. So once I get the belt, then I'll figure out the buckle.
Yeah.
But I
Full
feel
Tom-
like I
full
should
Tommy
start.
Cowboys.
I feel like next time I pull up to like a world major, I should just wear the buckle.
I think maybe when we're down to if we can make our way down to San Antonio.
Oh, for sure.
Good cowboy hat, good cowboy boots,
hat. Yeah.
Yeah,
TRE flex.
Yeah.
Okay,
or get it iced out and put it on the chain.
it's an option.
You'd be the first person to get your Western States belt buckle iced out. It
I'm
might be
sure I'm
worth
not
it.
the first. They're not the first. It's some interesting people out there, my guy. But also too, like big shout out to like everybody that finished that race, and because a lot of the elites like stopped that day.
Yeah,
And
you beat Killian Jornet.
I beat Jim Walmsley too, technically.
Hey, you know, smoke them all.
Hopefully they don't listen to this because I'll challenge them to a duel, both of them. But no, it was a vibe though, but I do, being out there for TrailCon, which was like the conference that was right before, and then being out there for Western States. It ain't too many people that look like us out there.
Yeah.
It ain't too many people that look like us out there, and I think it's important. I'm glad that I had like the Black Skin Looks Good on Trails shirts, or like this, like the conversation already going prior to that race or prior to that week. And I feel like I feel like brands have to realize that that's a thing, and realize that there's work that need to be done, and pick the people that are willing to do some of the work with them and for them to like help move that forward, to create access, maybe not to Western States in general because it's set up the way it's set up, but just to trail as a thought and as a potential another mode of like activity. As we see like the boom in run clubs and all the other stuff, there's just other options too, and you don't have to go do trail. Like it's a vibe, but I just think that people would enjoy it, a little as a different, pull up to 2 Mile Tuesday, 5K, 10K Thursday, do something on Friday on the trail or Saturday on the trail. Like it's a vibe. Have some fun.
Yeah. So that's super cool. It was super cool to see you get it done, and you're inspiring, man. You're inspiring the world.
Thanks,
Like,
dog. Thanks. I've
seen so many posts about it. I actually did a podcast hit yesterday with Chris from Safe Space in Columbus.
Oh yeah.
And he wore his Black Skin Looks Good on Trail
dope.
shirt. So that was cool to see. So
Dope,
yeah.
dope.
You really are like inspiring people to step outside of their box of what they might think running can be. So no, keep at it, man. You've always done that. So
Yeah.
we expect nothing less.
Yeah, it's cool. The trail space is it just feels like a perfect spot to kind of like plant a flag a little bit and just be like, hey, it's not necessary, but it's like if you can see yourself there, like in all its forms though too, and not just like a picture.
Yeah.
Like has a voice with it too. It can make you want to get out there.
Are you looking to do some road stuff next, or just keep on the trail?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely always road, bro. I'm always gonna be a road guy. So something will be down the road for sure. I don't know about any PRs anytime soon. These legs ain't PRing nothing, bro. Hey, chill. I'm getting younger, dog. You ain't heard?
Nah, I ain't hear that.
Going backwards. But all right. So are we done with my Western States?
I think
vibes?
we got a lot of good information from that.
Okay,
So
okay.
that was really cool.
Well, we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about still. Let's go with some news.
Yeah, let's go with some news.
Go with some news.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Twin Cities Marathon moves their date. Did they move their? So when is Twin Cities Marathon? Do we know?
I think it's usually the first Sunday of October.
October. So they moved it back
I
farther.
think they moved it to like
into
the
October.
third or the fourth Sunday in October.
Yeah. So they're responding to the climate change situation, and so many races that were normally or historically decent weather have just had too many years in a row of just hot weather.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that with who just had to cancel. Did somebody just have to cancel their race because it was too hot?
I think they said 2 trail races in Colorado got canceled.
Yeah, because of the heat.
Yeah. And heat and wildfires.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause that's
which
that
is
season.
a symptom of the heat.
Yeah.
So,
So what do y'all think about that? Twin Cities moving their marathon.
I think it's a good idea for them to do it because I do think they had a cancellation within the last few years. So to give people the opportunity to because that's super like devastating to train for a race for so long and then
Just
something
cancels.
you can't control cancels it. That sucks. So for them to be proactive and say, all right, we're gonna move the date. We're gonna try to be more mindful of when we're gonna do this and try to give people a better chance.
Right.
And you know me, I don't like running in the heat. So anything a race does to provide a cooler race environment, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a gamble though, right? Because even early November now, it's not always the coolest. You guys had New York in 2022.
Yeah, that was such an anomaly though.
Yeah.
But
I
still,
felt like
right?
it was.
And Berlin in September, that was super
True.
hot this past time. And
True.
again, September, October,
Yeah, I think
November
September,
should,
October,
should
September,
be fall.
September,
fall weather.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when we was coming up, it was fall weather.
Yeah, I'm convinced that the seasons are shifting.
Yeah,
You
seems
think
like
you
it.
think winter gonna be summer,
I do. That's what it feels like. Like it's just shifting over.
or just? I mean, I'm not gonna be mad if Michigan has like a 2-week winter. I don't care what y'all say.
I'm not saying it's gonna be a 2-week winter. I'm
I'm saying it
it's
should be a
just
2-week winter.
winter's
hottest.
gonna be still winter, but in different months.
No, but then on the other side of the year, races in the spring are having the same issue. It just being too hot in April and May. You know,
It's like this is the hottest summer of my life. It's like
every summer.
it's
Every summer.
It's the coolest summer of the rest of your life.
Yes, because it's only gonna be hot. Enjoy it while it lasts,
yeah,
buddy.
it's unfortunate.
But like that's a good idea. And too, like a lot of people, get mad at like the race when like races have to cancel for whatever reason. It costs. I'm not trying to like I don't feel bad for them, but I mean I do though. It's a business. Like there's a lot. You pour out people. Them people pour a lot into these weekends, and then to have to cancel it or move it, like.
I can only imagine the emails that they have to deal with.
Right,
Emails, the logistics, and like having to deal with other events that are happening in the same cities. These ain't small. A lot of these ain't small cities that have to do this.
No, for sure. Because we've talked to our fair share of race directors. Those people put in it's
So
their
much
life.
time, bro.
It's their
Like,
passion.
They take like two weeks off to a month off a year, and then the rest of the year is just them going through, projects and figuring out what's next and trying to make this year better than the last year and all this other stuff. And
You're putting out fire to fire to
So
fire.
it's
I mean,
smart.
no pun intended, but
it's smart to for people's safety, for the race's safety in general, and then just to have a better experience to try to figure out how to mitigate that. And 2 weeks, 3 weeks here and there, either way could do some help. All right, who wrote this one? Who did you write this one? The FOMO of watching other races. What's the vibe on that? What was you watching?
I just felt like Peachtree was an ass shaking good time. and I wanted to participate in the ass shaking. Like, what's going on? So,
It's like, bro wanted to be out there shaking ass. Dang,
but no, I was just
I wanted
wondering.
to get to mile 5.
I was just wondering, like, do y'all ever see races like on social media that you aren't at, and you're like, man, I kind of wish I was there.
well, I remember when you got to go to Falmouth a couple times.
Yeah.
I was like, that looks like fun.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I know it's not an
Gary
easy
likes a
race,
torture fest, bro.
but same with like,
There's nothing about Falmouth that looks fun.
oh, you guys got to go in the water afterwards.
That's true. You didn't have to run a race for that because the water's always there, Gary.
Yeah. No, but stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely get that.
I think I didn't get FOMO for Peachtree this year. I had got FOMO from it before I had started going, but it's such a fun weekend, bro. Like it's Atlanta, it's a vibe, and it's like the biggest weekend of running in Atlanta all year.
Yeah.
So I definitely missed it this year, but I was definitely sitting at home like I'm glad I ain't going because that was fresh off my race. But yeah, I feel FOMO every now and then when it's just like I don't know when the last time I felt FOMO on a race actually.
Yeah. I mean, you've done so many of them, so it's not like,
Right.
like you've done all the majors. You've done like all
I never felt FOMO on Sydney.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any.
I mean, you don't want to fight a kangaroo yet, so I get it.
Man, I'll watch a kangaroo right now, bro.
I believe it. I ain't never seen a kangaroo win a fight. I ain't never seen a video with a kangaroo winning a fight.
So here's the thing. For real with me, if I had to fight a kangaroo, right? And shout out to animal lovers. If it was coming at me,
Shout out to animal lovers.
it'd be self-defense. Like if you defend yourself. and I had to fight a kangaroo. Whether I won or lost, I think I would die still afterwards.
Because you got to touch them.
Oh, my God. The thought of touching a kangaroo, bro.
Oh, I thought you meant like you'd have a heart attack because you just be all wound up.
Yeah.
But not
Oh,
for the fight itself, like
yeah.
for the
just
physical
like,
activity.
if
Not for the.
if a goose, yeah, for that. If a goose,
How'd he die? He had the heebie-jeebies.
if a goose touched me, like in like a random moment, I don't know.
Goose touches them, you get goosebump, and it literally explodes.
Yeah, like it would be some like cartoonish reaction, bro. Like I don't ever want to touch a wild animal like that.
I understand.
You know?
I understand.
No way.
You just got to punch a kangaroo in his face, and they act like they ain't never been punched before, and then the fight is over.
Because they
But
probably haven't.
you'll feel that punch the rest of your life in that hand. That hand got to go. I'm telling you, that hand got to go. I don't even like how I'm feeling right now. All right, let's move on. All right, so
Man, we got 15 minutes.
All right, come
Run
on.
culture court. Let's get into
Run
it.
culture court.
Let's get into it, bro.
Dang.
We're not gonna make them wait no longer. Like, let's get into it, bro.
Dang.
All rise. The Honorable
London only
Judge
has
Tommie
7% acceptance rate. That need to go to jail. 7% acceptance rate.
Yeah,
for
I
London
read
Marathon.
that. So I didn't dive into the article, but I did read the headline on that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems low.
I think they
for-
doubled their acceptance rate from last year.
Yeah, I know, because it's like at least 80, 90,000 people accepted or something. I don't know what the percentage is of people that got in off of lottery, but it has to be a lot of people. So that means like a
lottery.
million,
Oh.
like 1.9 million people probably or something like that applied for this damn race. All right. Run Culture Court. So Run Culture Court is a segment of the PR project when we talk about what you said, that you want to be put on trial in the running culture. These are not our thoughts. We're just weighing in on them, and we decide whether the person.
We are a court of opinion.
Yeah, we are the court of
So
public
don't come in
opinion.
and comments and say, "Oh, what
How-
does it matter?
why do you guys
who
care?"
We don't care.
Yeah, we
Y'all
don't
do.
care, but we have to make a judgment. It's just our job. We didn't make the rules. All right, so Run Culture Court. We got a submission. It says, Run Culture Court, launching a run club at or very close to a current run club, but on a different day. Why not partner with said run club? Does this behavior need to be serving time, put in jail, or should they get released and set up back into the wild?
I think this is a very nuanced subject. It really depends on why you're starting this new run club. Because a lot of people just start run clubs because they see bigger run clubs doing their thing, and they want some of that attention. They want in on that social capital. If that's the reason why you're doing it, I think we can give you a few years. I think you can go sit down for a few years.
Yeah.
But if you are honestly trying to address a need in the community, if you see that this run club is getting out of hand to the point where it's like, okay, I see people here that don't feel included, and you feel like you can address that gap in the need, then sure, go for it. If you think you have an idea that can differentiate you from this club that you're close to, then go for it. But a big part of community is, how can I help what is there? And if you feel like you have ideas and you have a line to maybe the leadership of that run club, I would say, yeah, give it a shot. See if they would be open to hearing what you have to say and incorporating some of your ideas. And then if not, then maybe you can strike out on your own. But the running community should be a community, and I don't think we should be competing with each other. I think we should be trying to bring each other together and do things together. So
Yeah, I
What
think
you
if you're doing it on a different day, I don't have a problem with that, because, just because your run club only meets like 2 or 3 times a week or 1 time a week, and so you have to find more people to run at different days of the week, no problem with that. If you're trying to compete like on the same day, like across town, that's straight to jail. Now, I haven't seen that around here. Maybe it's around other cities,
Yeah,
but
a lot of cities out there.
but around here, I feel like the run clubs tend to like either they're different days and or different times of the day, which
Or like a different offering,
yeah,
Yeah,
like for example, like Run for Brews, you're running for beer. Not every run club runs for beer.
that's true. A lot of them do.
Brews, you run for
but,
beer.
Yeah.
But they don't say it in the name. But they're also not. They're also on their own day. Like no one has.
They're on
no
day,
one has
they're in the
Monday.
evening. Yeah.
So I think that both everything's correct so far. I mean, because I think that if every run club has 1 day a week and everybody picks a different day. You got 7 days worth of run clubs. So I think that's fine. So, but if you're in a city that has multiple run clubs and that's kind of covered, and then all you do is just say, I'm going to take this iteration and go do like another version of it, like same day or even close, maybe on a different day still. But it's you can see where everything kind of came from, like the not just the inspiration, but it's just like you didn't even try to make this your thing. Like if you're, like you said, if you're offering something to the run community that you don't feel is represented for whatever reason, and if that's like playing like Atari after the end of the run, and you feel like there's 10 of y'all that want to do this, and you think that there's more, or there's no more, because if you can start a run club that has 3 people in it, or 5 people, or 10 people, and if that's your goal, and you just want those people to hang out with you, that's fine with me too.
Yeah.
Like
you don't even have to run.
Yeah, you could just play Atari.
You just hang out.
Atari.
I thought I was the old man in the room.
I just wanted to be as extreme as possible. But like I think that I understand where it comes from, but then I also, some of the run clubs that that a lot of us get to go to started because with this same thing. And who's to say that the people that watch those run clubs that we like a lot, they could have been like, why didn't you bring that to me?
Yeah.
Like, or why didn't you do that here? And you could have whatever. I don't think we should be gatekeeping who's doing what. And if they start a run club with 5 people or 3 people or 1,000, let them do their thing. I think that if you come from, like, specifically, like, you're in if you're in the PR Project Run Club, and then just in one day you just up and disappear, and we find out that you started a
Project PR,
a PB, a Project PB, and then you're doing the same thing we're doing, that's different to me. That's
the main thing is
intention
like,
in it.
don't run off with the swag, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
don't run off with the
just
swag.
don't run off with the swag.
But I don't think that we should be gatekeeping how many people start mini run clubs. If somebody wants to go start a run club and it looks silly and you don't think it's cool and you could have done it a different way,
It'll
it's all
self-correct.
good. It's
It'll
all
self-correct.
yeah,
good.
self-correct or fizzle out. And
Yeah, if it's lame.
Or and if it doesn't,
People
then they
won't
doing
come.
something cool.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I don't think it's competition. I mean, it can be looked at like that, but we shouldn't be competing for a community anyway. Like if somebody has a community and people like it, they go that way. And if they don't, they stay this way. It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
But I know it's a hot topic. I've seen a few different posts on it.
Yeah, I had to.
And I'm not sure. I really don't know how to feel about it. But I don't like people like run clubs that are very established being the ones to say it. Like just let the community talk about it. But I don't think anybody should be like looking down at other run clubs and saying like, why you do that? You could have done that. Like, but I didn't want to. I wanted to go start my own thing.
right.
This is America, right?
Yeah. People do it all the time. I mean, we have like we have Coke and Pepsi probably because of something like that,
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. They started out as soda clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they would have handed you some old school Coca-Cola on the run.
They
Would you have
needed
finished a little quicker?
to. They needed to.
That old
I probably
formula.
would have, bro. That old formula would have had me cracking. I'd have came back having to explain some things though. All right, next topic. So this one it seems to be a random hot topic that I hadn't really heard talked about much. I don't know if we're qualified to talk about this topic, but run culture court. I'm gonna try to paraphrase the many different submissions that
We got a lot.
We got
A lot of
it's
these.
several.
Yeah.
Scuba shorts. Why? And I didn't know what scuba shorts were. And then another few comments basically clarified it. Men who wear ill-fitting half tights, if you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. And then somebody else said it in a different way. Men in half tights without long shirts on. Yeah. So, run culture court. We're putting half tights, ill-fitting half tights, without proper coverage on trial. And I'll start off by saying, I think that if you throw on some half tights, and if you're following this, you're listening to this, and you have no idea like what we're talking about, just whatever. I'm not about to explain it to you.
They're half a tight.
Okay.
Biker shorts.
Biker shorts, half tights,
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call
Scuba shorts.
compression
apparently.
shorts, compression shorts.
Whatever you want to call them.
If you get dressed as a man in this world and you put on these on half tights, I have many pairs of half tights, and you feel like you can look yourself in the mirror and do like a check to make sure that you'd be reasonable in public, and you feel like you did that check, then have at it, do your thing. If you don't feel like you have proper coverage, wear a longer shirt that maybe covers things so people that don't want to see whatever things are going. I need help.
I think what you're saying is some half tights come with a liner.
Yes, okay, that's another part.
Some do not, and so some people feel that men who don't maybe wear the liner or properly are exposing
themselves,
a little bit of themselves.
Yeah. And it's too much in a public setting. That's what I think what the ladies are saying. And I think maybe some of the guys that are out there doing this think that the ladies want to see that, and apparently they don't, fellas.
Right. And I think the venue matters.
Venue matters.
If it's a intense track day and it's just the guys and y'all let it all hang out. Do what you want to do. If you are at a family friendly run club, you might just want to break out the regular shorts.
Regular shorts.
You might want to break out the longer shirt, like you said, and just try to be more mindful. I know I've done that. I don't wear half tights to the group runs anymore because, I'm not like modesty culture kind of guy. Like I'm not like, oh, you got it. But there's kids there. We don't need to be.
And I think that, and there's another part too to this, though. I think that it kind of plays into. I think that I've witnessed and seen not all half tights are created equal.
That's facts.
Yes.
Right?
That's facts.
So there's half tights, and I'm not trying to be like if you're gonna wear half tights, pull out your money, okay, please.
Yeah, don't
skip. There's half tights that cost more. There's half tights that cost less. There's ones that have zero liner in them, and they're made of thinner material. We need to just keep those at home or under some other shorts. And there's other ones that are very, very well made, and they have a liner, and you put them on and you feel complete. Those are the ones you need to go with, and they do cost a little bit more than the other ones. Some of these ones I've seen that people wear are underwear.
If it come in a pack with multiple, you can't wear them by themselves.
That's underwear.
That's underwear, brother.
If they on the little rack and they just feel flimsy and they just whip, whatever, you could blow in the wind, bro. Them not gonna support what you got.
You might get more than just go to run culture jail.
You might go to actual jail.
You
might not be.
You might get put on a list.
Schools, brother. But yeah, I think that there's many layers to this. Like not all half tights are created equal. Yeah. But then also, I just feel like as a guy, like you're gonna be around a bunch of people and women that may or may not want to see all of that, and you think whatever. Especially if it's hot, it's weather where you're like, I'm gonna take my shirt off.
Yeah.
I think that's enough. Skin is enough. Wear some shorts or at least. Throw caution to the wind.
Running
guys.
is a very freaky activity, but you got to turn your freak down just a little bit.
Why is running a very freaky activity?
I've been
to run clubs?
No, I'm gonna say like when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
I would go watch the track meets.
Okay, I was saying you tripping.
You know what I'm saying? Because running is a very freaky sport, brother.
I mean, okay, well,
I had a lot of hormones going through my body at that time, and then, I wanted to see things.
But this I think this thing that we're talking about here leads into the whole run clubs are a dating situation, because I think that there's so many different things happening at these run clubs. There's ill-fitting material on both sides.
There's very good fitting material as well.
There's good fitting, bad fitting. There's a lot going on. So I could see where somebody was coming to a run club that was maybe just coming to run, seeing like all this stuff happening. Yeah. But oh, this place is
I need to go start my own run club.
Bro, I'm gonna go start my own club. We wear pants. This is a khakis club.
Modest run club.
Modest run club. We wear khakis and polo shirts. But honestly, I didn't know. I knew that I imagined in my head it was my own issue.
Yeah.
That I just want to make sure that I didn't feel weird, but people are talking about it.
Yeah,
guys,
I would say get the liner, a good liner.
Don't get a liner. Buy shorts with a liner.
That's what I'm saying.
I wear
buy half tights with a liner or
compression underwear under all of mine.
Or compression underwear.
Something you got is compression is the key, guys.
Got to be held in place.
All right, let's do some shout outs. Who has some really, really good half tights?
I think Tracksmith has really good half
tights. Tracksmith has some of the best half tights out there. Get the liner because they do have ones without liner.
Yeah.
I got a
CLA has the best half tights that I've ever put on my ever.
I got a pair of Adidas. I think they were gifted. Mm-hmm. Those are really, really good.
With the little Mylar thingies?
Yeah.
No, those aren't good for what we're talking about, Gary.
Work for me.
What else? Nike has some really good ones, but you got to go.
You can't get the ones from the Nike outlet.
Nike's the problem. Like not, like they have ones that are $50, $40, and they have ones that are like $100.
Yeah.
Go to the 100,
yes,
guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So shout out to those brands that's making the good ones. Just proceed with caution, fellas.
My brain went blank after I said Tracksmith. I can't even think of another running brand right now. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's pretty. Like CLA has the best ones that I've ever put on.
Yeah.
And most running brands, like big brands, do okay.
Yeah.
But like the ones that are
Like
like
the specialty stores, like the Bandits and the
yeah,
what's the
I
other
think
ones that we
I don't have any Bandit ones. With
I
a line
got
on
a pair. I got a pair of Bandits. They're good. They're
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
They're
So
good. They're
I
solid.
think really, if you're gonna throw a half tights on, guys, go for the ones that are an apparel brand.
Yeah.
Not like the major shoe companies, because their job is to throw shoes on your feet, and they gonna have some cool stuff every now and then, but it don't mean you gotta wear it.
And look in the mirror before you go and say to yourself,
Do a check.
can I get near a school?
No, how about this? How about this?
Do a few jumping jacks.
How about this? Would I do jumping jacks in front of my mama?
Right.
If you would do jumping jacks in front of your mama with them half tights on, go to the run.
There you go.
All right. Court's in session, or court's dismissed.
Court's adjourned.
Court's adjourned. Have a good day, guys. Make sure you follow and subscribe to the podcast. This is the PR Project. Over and out. See y'all next time.
Peace.
See ya.